Hi guys, welcome to Hall of Style. I'm Jen. Welcome to my very first full-length YouTube video. I'm so excited to be here today and to be talking about a super fun product that I hope you guys will love. On Hall of Style, I love to talk about, review, recommend scented products especially. There's a little bit of a lifestyle blog situation going on, but overall, my love is scented products, perfumes, and shower gels and candles and all those things that smell fun and that just make your life feel a little bit more luxurious and fun. I'm so excited today because I'm going to be talking about the new perfume from Viktor Rolf, Flowerbomb Tiger Lily. This is a flanker from their popular Flowerbomb line, and I am so thrilled that I have a brand new box. I'm going to unbox it right here on camera, spray it on, give you guys my first impressions, and tell you what I think about it. So full disclosure, this perfume was sent to me from Macy's. I'm a member of the Macy's Style Crew, which is a total blast. I love it. It's such a privilege to be able to do what I love for a living, to create content, to get to review perfumes and scented products. I love it, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity. So thank you, Macy's. That being said, I promise to give you guys an honest review. I'm very familiar with the Flowerbomb line. I've tried a bunch of them, and I will also compare this one to some of the other ones that I've tried so you guys can kind of get a feel, like if you've tried some of the other ones, you can kind of compare and contrast and see how this measures up to those. All right, so let's open this puppy up. Let's see what this is all about. Let's check it out. Have you guys tried this fragrance yet? I'm very curious to see if others have given it a shot and what they might think of it if they have. Full disclosure, the original Flowerbomb is not a love for me. I know for a lot of people, it's their signature scent. It's like their ride or die. They wear it everywhere. And for me, it just hasn't been that perfume, but I've really enjoyed a lot of the flankers. So, ooh, here she is. She's so pretty. So here it is. I'm going to hold this up so you guys can get a good look. It's the signature Flowerbomb look with this sort of like hand grenade, you know, you pop off the little thing. So it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful ruby color, and I think it's got some heft to it. It's very nice quality, you know, beautiful thick glass, and yeah, it's a gorgeous bottle, you guys. Let's check it out. Let's spray it on and see how this goes. I have a feeling I'm gonna really like this. Just some other information on the fragrance. It was released this year in 2024. The 50 ml bottle retails for $145. The 100 ml bottle retails for $180. And this one that I have in my hand is the 100 ml. So the nose is unknown to me. I couldn't figure out who it was just from, you know, searching on the internet a little bit. If you guys know, let me know. Perhaps it was master perfumer Dominique Ropion, or perhaps he was involved. I know he was part of the original Flowerbomb and some of the other flankers, so it's possible he could have been involved with this one as well. So the official notes from Viktor Rolf's website are as follows. The opening is a coconut milk accord. The heart is a floral bouquet centered around a tiger lily accord. And the base dry down is a mango accord and benzoin. If you guys aren't familiar with benzoin, it's sort of like an ambery type note. It's a resin. It sort of has this like cozy, ambery, warm feel, a little bit vanillic. It's very nice. It's used as a base note in many perfumes, and it really complements it well. All right, so I've given this a moment to sort of dry down on my skin. Let's give this puppy a sniff, okay? Ooh, that's really nice. It's good. Actually, even before I go up to sniff it, it's really filled the room. It has that typical Flowerbomb, great projection, great performance that we're all used to. You'll definitely get that signature Flowerbomb fruit chuli vibe, right? With the flowers and the fruit and the strong patchouli base. There's definitely patchouli here, even though they didn't mention it in the official notes. I'm definitely getting it. I usually notice patchouli pretty easily. It's not my most favorite note in the world, but I don't hate it either. I know for some people it can really be a love or hate. Some people are just like, oh, this is the best, and it's like leaves the best trail, and other people are kind of like, oh, it's just too much, it's earthy, it's stinky, you know, for whatever reason it doesn't work for them. But I'm okay with it depending on how it's blended. It's blended well here, it's not bothering me, I notice it, but it's not a problem. One of the first things that I noticed with this fragrance was I get a sort of powdered vanilla sugar vibe that I love. I have noticed this impression in other designer fragrances that I enjoy, like Lancôme's La Vieille Belle line, like the Miss Dior line, and I also notice it in the Flowerbomb line. It's really good. It's got this sort of, you know, powderiness to it that you'll probably be familiar with if you've tried the other Flowerbomb fragrances, and it mixes so well with the vanilla, and there's this like nice sweetness, and it just reminds me of like powdered sugar on top of a dessert. You know what I mean? It's really, really pleasant. I also do get the mango for sure. It's really nice. There's this sort of tropical fruity vibe. I get sort of like it's like a coconut and mango sort of combination. It's really nice. It's really tropical and beachy, and it just sort of instantly takes you away to vacation land. Like you feel like you're on the beach in a tropical area. I'm really getting that coconut milk accord, and it's really nice. Really cozy and just like fun-loving, beachy. You get the feeling that you're like either like been on the boardwalk all day on the beach, or maybe you're going out on a summer night. This would be an excellent fragrance for wearing out for like summer night activities, like out to a dinner date or out to the club with your friends, or just about anything I think that is sort of summertime, fun-loving. It really has that kind of a feel to me. I think if you like sweet fragrances, this is gonna work really well for you. If you like sweet tropical fragrances, you know, you gotta like sweet. This is definitely sweet, so you have to be okay with that sort of sweet fruit chuli vibe. And that being said, you have to be okay with the patchouli too. It's definitely here, even though it's not listed on the official notes. I definitely know it when I smell it. So I know that can be a deal breaker for some people. So I wanna make sure I mention that it is here. Again, it wasn't overwhelmingly strong for me or something that was deal breaker level for me, but I just wanna make sure you guys are aware there is patchouli going on here. So if that's a note that you kind of struggle with, just kind of know that going into it, that it's gonna be here. The thing about patchouli and other base notes like sandalwood and musk and some of these notes that can be tricky for people is that they give it that great lasting power. They give the base some depth. It makes your perfume last a really long time. It fills the room. You know, I can really smell this in my little room that I'm recording in, and it smells great, and it does have that projection and that trail that you'll leave behind you, and people will come up and be like, oh, what are you wearing? You smell so good. So if you're into fragrances that are really projecting and that are noticeable for the people around you, I think this is gonna be a winner. So I thought I would talk for a moment about some of the perfumes that this fragrance has been compared to that I also either own or at least have decants of, and let you guys know if I think they're similar or not, because I think that's always kind of fun to compare and contrast. So the first one that I saw it compared to was Fame by Paco Rabanne, which is no surprise because it's very, you know, strong with the mango. So I'm kind of curious to see if they're very similar or not. So I do have a decant of Fame, and I don't know about you guys, I'm a big fan of decants and samples. I think they're a great way to test out a fragrance, to see if you like it, to see if it works with your skin. I'm testing this on a paper strip right now, but I have tested it on my skin. This is a great fragrance. If you love a good beachy mango fragrance, this is gonna be right up your alley. So let's see if this is very similar. So I would say they're both for sure fruity and tropical, at least what I'm getting from the paper with this. You do really get the mango. I feel it's much more pronounced with Fame than it is with Flowerbomb Tiger Lily. And that's not to say that you don't get it with Flowerbomb Tiger Lily, but I feel like with Fame, it's really all about the mango. That's like the strongest impression that you're gonna get with it. And it's also, this is a little bit fresher. It's not that this one, again, isn't fresh, but this one, I don't have that like deep patchouli and sandalwood and those base notes that I think make this one a little bit deeper and darker. The next fragrance that I noticed it was compared to was Lancôme's La Vieille Belle Soleil Crystal Flanker, which I have right here, and love. And that one really intrigued me because I thought I could really see those two being similar. Olivier Belle also has that very strong patchouli note in the dry down. It also has that sort of powdered vanilla sugar vibe. So I have a feeling these two could really be alike. So I'm gonna give this one a test and see what I think and see if I think that they're very similar or not. There are some similarities. I definitely get more of citrus, a citrus opening with the Olivier Belle. It's a little bit brighter. And I didn't get that as much with the Flowerbomb. Like there was a little bit of like probably bergamot, you know, it's in everything. It's probably a little bit of a bergamot, but this one, it's almost more, I'm not sure, like lemony or something. But it just overall feels a little bit more bright and citrus to me. They do both definitely have that powdered vanilla sugar. I know that the patchouli will be coming in the dry down big time for this because I know that that's how this one rolls. So yeah, there's definitely similarities. Not identical twins, but I think if you got Soleil Crystal like a couple summers ago, I think the same kind of person that loved Soleil Crystal is probably gonna love Flowerbomb Tiger Lily. I definitely think there's a similar vibe. They're different enough that you could have both, but they're both have that fun-loving summer vibe. They've got the coconut vibes. They've got the fruity, like vanilla powdered sugar vibes. They've got the patchouli, like awesome dry down that's gonna last forever, that's gonna fill a room, that's really gonna make you be noticed. So yeah, I think these two are definitely in a similar ballpark. So I wanted to compare Tiger Lily to the other Flowerbomb fragrances that I've tried. There's been a ton of them. The original was released in 2005, and there's been a bazillion flankers since then. And I just wanted to give you like a brief synopsis of how those other ones worked for me and kind of compare them with Tiger Lily. So the original one is a very floral, like it is aptly named, and it's a very floral fragrance. It's what I would call a fruit choulis. It's got tons of patchouli in the base, so that makes it very long lasting, very strong. It has great performance, great everything. This is a really good quality fragrance. A lot of women swear by it. It's their ride or die. They wear it every day. I had a coworker that wore this to work every single day. She smelled great. It was perfect on her. For some reason, it just doesn't play nice with my chemistry. I hate to use the term old lady, but it's just sort of mature and just, I don't know, it just doesn't work with my chemistry. But that's not to say that it wouldn't for you. Like this is a very popular fragrance. I think if you like the original Miss Dior that has a lot of patchouli in the base, or if you like Coco Mademoiselle, I think this is a really good one to try. It's definitely in line with those fragrances. The next one I want to tell you guys about is Flowerbomb Bloom. This one was released in 2017, and this one has a very bright and uplifting vibe to it. It has a very fruity, kind of citrus tart feel. I would call it tangy. It's got a bit of a peppery feel to it. I liked this one a lot. I think it's a great daytime fragrance and pretty easy for most people to enjoy. The next flanker I want to talk to you guys about is Flowerbomb Nectar, which I have in a awesome decant here. And this one was released in 2018. It's still available for purchase, so I'll link to that for you guys. And I really like this one a lot too. This one, I get a lot of those sweet, powdered vanilla sugar vibes that I was talking about earlier. It's very sweet, it's very fruity. It definitely has that fruit choulis vibe that is very, you know, typical of the Flowerbomb line. This one actually reminded me a lot of Olivier Belle, that kind of a line with the powdered vanilla sugar and the sort of like patchouli and orangey vibes all combined into one. It really had that kind of a vibe. So I think if you like the Olivier Belle line, I think you'll really like Nectar. One thing that was kind of cute that they did with the Nectar flanker is they had this gunpowder note that I thought was really interesting. I thought it was a really fun, clever idea, you know, the gunpowder to go with like the bomb and sort of the grenade look and that whole thing. I thought it was cute and it smelled good. Like it was gave it this little bit of a metallic edge that I thought was really interesting and kind of brought something different to the table in the line. So yeah, I thought that was a good idea and I really like this one a lot. All right, next in line is Flowerbomb Midnight. This one was released in 2019. It has been discontinued, but I'm still seeing it showing up on the discounter site, so I'll link to that in the info box in case you guys are interested. This one is very fruity and jammy. It has this cozy black currant note. It's very nighttime feeling. It's musky, peppery, very cozy, good like date night vibes, maybe going out to a nightclub. It does have that sort of we're going out for the night kind of a vibe to it. And I really like this one a lot. I think if you like nighttime jammy fruity fragrances, like maybe La Nuit Trésor by Lancôme, I think this will be your vibe. Okay, so the next one is my favorite of the bunch, Flowerbomb Dew. This was released in 2020. It's still available to purchase, and I love how soft and beautiful this one is. This is sort of a clean musk, fresh out of the shower vibes. There's a soft iris note that's really pretty. It's got that vanilla powdered sugar vibe that I like. And I think what I really like about this fragrance is that I don't get any patchouli with it. If it's there, it's almost non-existent. So if you're like me and you like the overall style of Flowerbomb, but the patchouli part is not your favorite, this is a really good one to try. I like this one a lot, and it is definitely full bottle worthy for me. The last one on my list is Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid, which was released in 2021, and it is still available to purchase. And this one for me has a very prominent peach note in it. It's very stone fruity. So if you think of those fruits that are very popular at the end of summer, that are very ripe, your peaches and plums and nectarines and apricots, it has that sort of a vibe to me. It's very jammy and syrupy. This is one of those ones that I feel like might veer into sickly territory for a really hot type of environment. So if you're like dead of the summer in August in a very hot environment where the heat is maybe 100 degrees or something, this might be a bit much for you. But again, there's no rules with perfume, right? You know, everybody experiences it differently, and you know, wear whatever you want whenever you want. But I do know that this does have a tendency for those people that are more sensitive to that. If you know that about yourself, that those really jammy, syrupy fragrances, maybe like lots of honey and like thick fruits, if you know that that's a bit much for you, then this one might not be the best choice. But then again, on the other hand, if you love that sweet, jammy, fruity vibe and it feels like the end of summer and it's just like dripping with syrupy nectarine and peach vibes, then this one will probably be your favorite. Macy's currently carries some great travel sets where you guys can check some of these out. There's a couple of different ones that have 3 travel-sized perfumes in them in 3 different fragrances of the Flowerbomb line. So I would definitely recommend checking out some of those. They're a great price, and that way you get 3 different scents to try and you can pick and choose your favorite. So in closing, guys, I definitely recommend Tiger Lily. I think it smells great in here. I love this. I love the coconut vibes. I love the vanilla powdered sugar. It's super summery and fun-loving, and I think I'm gonna wear this a ton this summer. So I'm so excited that it worked out so well and that I like it so much. Have any of you guys tried this yet? Please let me know. You know, it's been out for a little while now, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you've tried it, if you've liked it, if you didn't like it, let me know. If you haven't tried it yet, strongly recommend head on over to Macy's and give it a spritz on your skin. See how it performs with your chemistry. See if it works for you. I think this is a great summer fragrance, and I think it's going to appeal to a lot of people. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Head on over to my website, thehalofstyle.com. I have tons of other perfume reviews. I review sampler sets of perfumes. I review lists of best strawberry, best coconut, best summer vanilla. There's all sorts of great content over there. I also have reviews and hauls of shower gels and candles and hand soaps and all sorts of scented things. So check it out. Like this video, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys the next time. Have a great rest of your day.